Hi learners, in this video I'm going to talk about winding up of companies and the different modes of winding up. Winding up of the company is the stage where the business of the company is brought to an end. All the assets of the companies are sold and the sale proceeds are used in order to pay off the liabilities of the company. So basically the winding up of the company is bringing the business of the company to an end. Now, when we talk of winding up of companies, generally the term dissolution of a company comes to our mind. But winding up is not the same as dissolution, though these two terms may sound synonymous or similar. Generally, winding up of companies comes before dissolution. And winding up of the companies is the first stage where the assets of the companies are sold and the debts and liabilities are paid off. And any surplus from the sale proceeds is used or is distributed among the members. Whereas on the other hand, dissolution constitutes the final stage where the legal existence of the company comes to an end. Now, generally, in the case of winding up, to carry out the procedures of winding up, the companies appoint a person who is called as a liquidator to bring the business of the company to an end. Like how when to start up a company we appoint promoters to help bring the business of the company into existence. Similarly, to winding up the business of a company also involves a lot of formalities. So to complete these formalities, generally the board of directors appoint liquidators who help in bringing the company to an end. So the winding up process or procedures will generally be carried out by the liquidator who is appointed by the company or by the court, whereas it is the court which orders for dissolution of the company. So moving on to the different modes of winding up. So there are three basic modes of winding up of companies. First is compulsory winding up by the court. Second is voluntary winding up without the intervention or supervision of the court. So generally voluntary winding up again is of two types, that is members voluntary winding up and creditors voluntary winding up. And then finally the third one is voluntary winding up with the intervention of the court, that means under the supervision of the court. Now let's study each of these modes of winding up in detail. Compulsory winding up refers to the sale of assets of the firm on the court order, and the sale proceeds so used are utilized to pay off the liabilities of the firm. So, generally, under compulsory winding up, a petition must be presented both at the court and at the registered office of the company to bring the business of the company to an end. Now, petition means a request must be filed in the court or in the registered office of the company to bring the business of the company to an end. Now, the people who can file the petition are the board of directors of the company themselves can hold pass a special resolution and request for the business. I mean, they can order for the business of the company to be brought to an end. Sometimes petition can also be filed by the creditors of the company. The creditors are the people to whom the company owes debts. Then further, the petition can also be filed by the contributories. Contributories are persons who have agreed to contribute or pay a certain sum of money in the event of liquidation or winding up of the companies. And the registrar can themselves also sometimes can file for or file a petition in the court for winding up of the companies. And any apart from this, any person who is authorized either by the central government or even by the state governments on the basis of a report of inspectors can order for the liquidation or winding up of the company. So basically, compulsory winding up by the court means that the winding up of the company is brought by an order of the court, and the court will issue an order for winding up of the companies only if it receives a petition for winding up of the company. And like I just said, the petition for winding up of the company can be presented to the court either by the company itself or by the creditors of the company or by the contributories of the company or by any person who is authorized by the central or state government to can also file a petition for the winding up of the companies. And after the receipt of petition for winding up, from any of the persons I have so mentioned, the court will ascertain will ascertain the desires of the other members. Okay, and after ascertaining, if the court is convinced that it is just and favorable for that the company be wind up, then the court will issue an order for the winding up of the company. So there are certain circumstances under which compulsory winding up will be of the court will happen. So these are generally the reasons, due to which the compulsory winding up will take place. Sometimes the company will pass a special resolution. So in such cases, the court will have to order for the winding up of the companies. Apart from that, generally all companies after the incorporation, they should hold a statutory meeting within 6 months after the incorporation. So, if the statutory meeting is not held within the prescribed period as per the Companies Act, then in such cases again the court can order for the winding up of the company. And even in the case of holding a statutory meeting, a statutory report has to be prepared by the board of directors, and a copy of the statutory report should be submitted to the registrar. So, even failure to submit the statutory report with the registrar will lead to the consequence of compulsory winding up of the company. Then every company who has been incorporated has to commence its business within 1 year of its incorporation. So, and in such cases, if the company does not commence its business within 1 year of its incorporation, or if the business of the company is suspended for one entire year, then in such cases, again, the court can order for the winding up of the company. Then, apart from that, see, there is certain minimum number of members which are required to constitute both a public company as well as a private company. Like in the case of private company, there must be at least 2 members, and in the case of public company, there must be at least 7 members. So, if this minimum number of membership is not there, that is 2 in the case of private company and 7 in the case of public company, even then the court can order for the compulsory winding up of the company. So apart from that, even in the if the company is unable to pay its debts due to continuous losses, in such case again the court will order for the winding up of the company. And sometimes if the court is of the opinion that it is just and equitable that the company is winded up, then in such cases again the court will order for the winding up of the company to take place. So basically these are the different circumstances due to which the court can order for the compulsory winding up of companies. The next mode of winding up is voluntary winding up. Now, in this mode of winding up, generally there is no intervention from the court. So, voluntary winding up again can be of 2 types. One is members' voluntary winding up, and the next one is creditors' voluntary winding up. Now, members' voluntary winding up occurs when the company is solvent. Solvent means when the company is able to pay off its debts and the financial standing of the company is good. So, in the case of voluntary winding up, the declaration shall be made by majority of the directors at the meeting of the board of directors that the company has no debts or that it will be able to pay off its debts in full within 3 years from the commencement of winding up. So, when such a declaration has been made, it has to be verified by an affidavit. And once the declaration has been verified by an affidavit, the declaration the decision for winding up is taken by the members. Generally, that is the board of directors of the company. Further, the declaration for this, declaring the solvency of the company should be made within 5 weeks immediately before passing the resolution for winding up of the company. And a copy of the declaration should also be submitted to the registrar. So, in the case of members' voluntary winding up, generally the board of directors take the decision for the winding up of the company in the board meetings. On the other hand, creditors' voluntary winding up generally occurs in the absence of declaration of solvency or when the company is insolvent. Insolvent means the debts of the company are much more than the assets of the company. So, when no declaration about the solvency of the company is made and filed with the registrar by the board of directors, and on such an occasion, the company will be winded up by the decision taken at the meeting of the creditors of the company. And generally, such a winding up of the company, where the decision for winding up is taken by the creditors, is called as creditors' voluntary winding up. The third mode of winding up is voluntary winding up under the supervision of the court. So, generally, in the first case, when the company has passed a special resolution for the winding up, then in such cases, the court may pass an order that the company should be wounded up under the supervision of the court. So, even though the decision has been taken by the board of directors to wind up the business of the company, sometimes if the court feels that it is in the best interest that the winding up procedure takes place under the supervision of the court, to protect the interest of all the members and the creditors of the company, then in such a case, the court will exercise or supervise the winding up of the company. And generally, in this case, the court has can exercise full control over the winding up of the company. And moreover, the court itself appoints a liquidator in order to look after the proceedings for the winding up of the company. So basically, whichever mode of winding up is adopted, okay, whether it is compulsory winding up or voluntary winding up, persons or a group of persons who are called as official liquidators are appointed for the purpose of winding up of the company by the court. So basically, these are the different modes of winding up of the company.